until I was 41 years old. Here is Jeff.
That's it.
No, that's all. That's all I need.
That's your whole story.
That's it.
That's your whole story.
That's it. Sir, come in for the panel, please. Come on, have a seat.
Once you cross the
Yes.
threshold,
No, you.
For my son.
No, bring him.
There he is.
Okay, good job. Have a seat. All right. I didn't mean to interrupt, Jeff. Please tell him about yourself and your body of work.
my body of work.
Your body.
You'll see before you my body of work. The two private eye novels that I have written that are set in San Diego with a private eye as the protagonist. There's lots of guns and violence and chicanery going on.
And a heartwarming moment on page 11.
I believe it's page 13.
I'm sorry.
In both of them, actually. I try to follow the formula and put it all together. And it's very successful. Wait, hold on, there's more people
No,
coming.
come on. Make sure they get in here.
Try it.
They're missing it. No, have a seat.
Oh.
All right. And, of course, Harry Hunsaker, also Dallas.
My name is Harry Hunsaker, and I was born just outside of Wedlock, Texas. I'm very happy to be here. Actually, I live in Dallas, and I write a private eye thriller series about a detective in Dallas named Lee Oswald. He's no relation to the other one that's kind of the cross he has to bear. His name is Lee Henry Oswald. He goes by Hank Oswald. I know these guys. God, I'm not sure.
Unfortunately.
Some lost weekend.
We served in the French Foreign Legion together.
It was Alabama.
During what we call
It was
the
Alabama.
problem.
It was Alabama.
That's foreign.
We go way back. We've done a lot of annals together. We always have a good time. We like to talk about the creative process. We talk about how we write, what we write, and all kinds of stuff. And then we get silly and food. We like to talk about food too.
Yes. I will grill anything, and you will love it.
But we're also
I'll grill
open
a
to
shoe, and you will eat
any
it.
suggestions or any questions. So if anytime you guys want to throw something out and ask anything, please feel free.
Yes.
Ask Victor.
Any questions so far?
Do the Padres still suck?
No, they're in first place.
They still suck.
See, there, how you go. See, no, they're in first place. They won last night. They have 7 shutouts so far this season.
Yeah, because they played the Astros, who scored 80 runs this
Hey,
season.
that's just one game of the series. I believe they're 17-9 at this very moment. Yes. No, they don't suck yet. It's not
They'll fall
July. They
apart.
will in July.
They'll fall
Fine
apart.
right now. Fine right now. Soon enough. I got a question. You guys got a question?
Yeah, you got, does anybody have a question seriously, not about sports unless it's golf? Because I know about
That
golf.
was a good question.
Tell us about your latest book, Vic.
Well, it's funny you should ask Harry Hunsaker of Dallas, Texas, because this is The Deputy. It is a modern Western set in BFE, Oklahoma, where cell phones don't reach. And it's sort of like high noon, but in modern setting. And the entire action of the novel takes place from midnight to 7 in the morning. So it's like a non-stop roller coaster ride of action and verbs. There's lots of verbs in this novel, which are action words, as you know. We went to school once, so we know that. That's my novel. But if there are, we'll also answer Deadpool questions, sports, as you know.
Taking care of the sports.
And cooking, whatever you got. Other questions so far? I know that there's a lot of information coming fast.
Do you need an agent to be able to get into the writing business?
That's a very good question. Yes and no. And it's good to have an agent. And this is serious. So shh. My very first novel, Gun Monkeys, I sent to a couple of agents, and I couldn't get a response. So I ended up sending it to this hip publisher in Los Angeles called Ugly Town, and they published it.
Sorry, do we have what?
And then it got nominated for an Edgar Award. So when I was at the Edgar Awards ceremony, and just to alleviate all suspense, I totally lost that award. Thank you very much. But while I was at the ceremony, drinking champagne and feeling like a big shot in my tuxedo, which I've way outgrown since then, a guy came up to me and said, "I'm an agent. Do you have an agent? Do you need an agent?" And I was able to get on with him, and he helped a lot. So you don't absolutely have to have an agent, but if you're a writer and you're serious about it, they know it's the agent's job to know people.
Having an agent will open up bigger doors.
Exactly.
I mean,
It's not a guarantee of success, but it opens doors and gets you going.
So if you have a book, do you submit it to the publishers, like going from a house, or do you try to find an agent, submit it to the agents like you were talking about?
To the agents.
Okay.
Some publishers won't even look at a book unless it comes through an agent, because the agent is like the gatekeeper.
When I was trying to break in, I wrote this book, the manuscript of this book, Still River, and I submitted to 118 agents. I was rejected by 117 of them. And finally, one took me on. It sold. So yes.
When you do that, can you plaster it to them immediately, or do you do it for a couple at a time? Like, what's the etiquette to submitting it to?
There's no etiquette.
There's no etiquette.
They'll
5
tell
or
you
10
there's
at a time.
There's no etiquette. And agents will tell you, if you look in the listings or whatnot, they'll tell you, I only, take exclusive submissions. What are they going to do? Send you to agent jail? I mean,
They're going to make you less published?
Yeah, your worst case scenario is you send it to 5 agents and 4 of them say yes, and you've got to decide. Well, I mean, I think that's pretty win-win for you. I mean, so.
They've got a Rolodex. Does anybody still have a Rolodex? Is that something
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
I've
They have a Rolodex that you don't have when they're an agent. So it's, you don't. Yes, you can make things happen without one, but those doors open up better if you do have one. And what I like about Harry's story is persistence, incredibly important. I gave up a little soon. I tried like 6, 8 agents, and they were like, yeah, we hate you. And I'm like, oh, I'm sad. And I sent it to, and so I just did it on my own. But I should have been more persistent, definitely. Other questions? We know everything. By the way, we are very smart people. We know no math, please, though. But other than that, we know pretty much about any subject because we're like geniuses. You have a question? Come on.
Is that a real cigar that you're holding as a prop, or is it fake?
That's a real cigar, but it's been through a lot. And eventually it'll be lit.
Cigar?
Huh? So you just try that without a cigar. Try that without a cigar. No. Now you got something. Yes. So it's a kind of a fun affectation, but I'll light it up later and hurt myself. Oh yeah.
Oh, great.
I'm going to clear this whole building. Back here, back in the back row, sir.
So I know I just walked in, but so I don't know if each one of you said, how did y'all each get into writing?
I'm going to start off by saying Jeff should start.
All right, I'll give you the short, long version. When I was in 9th grade, I went to an all-boys Catholic high school in San Diego, and you have to take religion class every day, and that was not terribly enthralling as a 14-year-old boy. Okay, all right, so you know exactly where I'm at. So I decided I needed to fill that hour with Brother Jim Retzner at the front of the classroom, and decided I was going to start writing stories in the back of a notebook. So I started when I was about 14 years old. I didn't get serious about it until I was 30, and then decided to pursue it. Found a writing group, made sure I was writing every day, then started sending out, I wrote a book actually that I sent out to about 130 agents, and everybody said no, and I finally decided, okay, it's probably not good enough. And then got the idea for Killer Swell, sent that out to about 60 agents, and then finally had one that said yes. The biggest thing that I can tell you that changed it was I decided to stop pursuing it as kind of a hobby, I'll write when I have time kind of thing, and I'm actually going to make time every day and treat it as a job that I'm not yet getting paid for. And then things started happening.
So do you think that the first thing that you wrote that you sent into all of those people was actually good? Do you think those people actually read it all? Or do you think they just kind of skip over some of the things?
They read it all.
Did they read them all?
They read it all until they say no.
Yeah, they're looking for a reason to say no. And each agent is probably different, but if you don't get them in the first couple pages, no matter how much you send them, they're probably just going to send you back the polite little form letter and say, thanks but no thanks. It's not you, it's me. That's what the letters are that come to you. We're sure you'll find a home somewhere else and you'll do fabulously well, just not with me.
It's like every time you've ever broken up with a girl when you say, it's not you, it's me.
Really
it's what
is.
they do. I mean, it's very relationship kind of driven like that.
And it'll say dear author. It won't say your name or anything like that. There'll be no indication that he or she actually read the material you sent.
See, that's strange because all of the ones I got back said attention loser. So it was very personal.
Your reputation preceded you.
Yeah.
They'd heard about you. So there's a difference.
Harry, how'd you get started?
I'd always been a big